Chapter 5. The Good with the Bad. Annika drove us to school on the first day of term. Normally I'd walk or ride my bike because Sorrento is so small it only takes about 10 minutes to get most places. I'd tag along with Jed and his older sister Lily, but she started high school this year and needed to take the bus to Rosebud. So it would be just Jed and me, and Sam too, I guess. Especially since he'd started talking to me again. But that day Annika wanted to drive Sam and me to wish us luck. Then she was heading to her job cleaning the big houses around Sorrento. Annika kept a whole lot of supplies in the boot of her car, and every day she went off to clean fancy houses that had views of the beach. They belonged to people who only lived in them for 3 months every year, but wanted them to be clean year-round. I thought it was silly.
Are you excited for your last first day, Fred?
Annika asked while we were stopped at the only traffic light in town. She meant because it would be my last first day of primary school, as I went into year 6. For Sam it was just another first day, starting year 5. I guess, I said. But I could feel Annika looking over at me and smiling the way she does, a little smile trying to be gentle and get more words out of you. Lots of kids have been swapped out to do year 6 at the same place they'll be going for high school next year, I said. And then I gave a big huffy sigh to blow my fringe out of my eyes. A bunch of them who started out in prep with me at P&P have gone, and that sucks. Point Nepean Primary, P&P, is named for the Point Nepean National Park, which is just down the road from us. There are only 3 primary schools in Sorrento, and P&P is the oldest and smallest, facing the water at the bottom of Ocean Beach Road.
Mr. Curry is your favourite teacher though, right Fredo? So that's something at least.
The light went green and Annika turned onto Ocean Beach Road.
Maybe he'll be your favourite teacher too, Sam.
Pop had this saying that you take the good with the bad. I never really understood it, but I came closer to getting it when we found out that some of Sam's year 5 and my year 6 would be smushed together into a composite class that year. The good was that Mr. Curry would be my teacher again. The bad was not only was I stuck with Sam at home, but now I'd be lumped into a classroom with him too. There were 23 of us in the skeleton room. Really it was Skelton, after one of the first European settler families in Sorrento. But we all thought skeleton was cooler. When we arrived on the first day, Mr. Curry had hung a paper skeleton on the door, making it official. Aidan McMillan laughed. My dad reckons this composite cast is a conspiracy I made up because I just don't want to be telling that I've been held back a grade. Kira Thomas raised her eyebrows at him, and Aidan narrowed his back at her, saying, "Well, obviously not. My dad's just nuts." I don't know how it is at bigger schools, but when you live in a small town like Sorrento and attend a tiny primary school, you kind of have to stay friends with everyone. I've known Aidan and Kira since prep, same as all the other kids at P&P. But while Kira and I used to play together a lot in year 2 and 3, we hadn't so much lately, until her closest friend Sandy left to attend Rosebud Primary this year. Aidan and Jed have always hung around in the same big group. They played soccer together at lunchtime most days, but they're not best friends, or even that close, not like Jed and me. I don't think Aidan even knew that Jed's real name is Trung Van. Jed's just a nickname he got because his dad was a big fan of those old Star Wars movies. His family grew out of the Jedi joke and called him Van, but at school the name Jed had stuck. Except for with Mr. Curry, who insisted on calling out Jed's full name as it was written on the roll and then asking him what he'd prefer to be called. "Jed is fine, sir," he said, "but who's Trung?" Aidan asked, and I rolled my eyes. So while it was true that we all knew each other, it was also true that we hadn't always been close, and we had never really hung out, just the 4 of us. But this year it was all different, and I didn't yet know if it would be a good, different, or bad.